Welcome to The Sarah Scoop Show. I'm your host, Sarah Roman, here to give you the scoop on all of your favorite things. We are here today with Lace Morris from The Bachelor and, of course, Bachelor in Paradise. So, hi, Lace. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to get talking to you and see what you've been up to since The Bachelor life.
Yes.
So, you're still living in Denver, correct? What's a typical day look like now for you?
I feel like guilty answering that because I'm still getting back into real estate. So it's like I have so much free time.
But real estate's such a good job. Like, you get to make your own hours, work with a variety of people, do a lot of different things. So we were chatting earlier before, and you have a new love in your life. And I actually read that you met him on Bumble. Is that correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And so do you want to tell that story, maybe give some hope for the singles out there that are giving those dating apps a try?
Right. So basically he was one of the first people I talked to on Bumble, and we kept ignoring each other because at this time last year, I was just doing all the Bachelor stuff and traveling and whatever. And we would talk and then we'd not text each other back for days on end. And so then finally I was going on all these other dates and I gave up and I was like, I'm done trying to meet guys, whatever. And he hit me up out of nowhere. And he was really funny. And I'm like, why haven't I been on a date with him? Went on a date with him and the rest is history.
I love that. No, that's so fun. Because I was just reading some articles and stuff, and that's basically what you said. It was just different. And I feel like that's what a lot of people say.
Right.
Whenever you did go back, let's reverse now. You have this happy ending right now. So whenever you did go on The Bachelor, how did that whole process work? What inspired you to even get started with the franchise and give love a shot on reality TV?
I had applied randomly 6 months before they even contacted me, and I forgot that I did. So when they hit me up, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, yeah, it's not going to happen. And so then when I became single, I called her back, and I'm like, hey, I'm single. And they're like, okay, you're coming on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and then so backing up to Ben's season, you left after the third episode, is that correct?
Yes,
right?
that was my last one.
And that was you just I think that we were talking about this earlier, people really related to you because you were just so real and authentic on the show. And at that point you left the show because you basically didn't feel ready. Is that correct? For yourself?
Yeah, kind of. And also because I could tell we weren't clicking and I was just making a bigger fool of myself during that time. And it wasn't worth it to me because I knew it was already pretty rough. I just knew it wasn't right. And so I remember producers weren't letting me talk to Ben, and I was like, why are they doing this to me? I think they were trying to get a rise out of me and make me react because they knew I would react. So finally at the end of the night, I was the last one to talk to him, and it was so awkward, and I'm like, I'm out of here, I'm leaving. And so the producers tried to get me to stay, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't going to get a rose that night anyways. And so I went and talked to him, and we had the talk, and I was like, I'm out of here. And I really did. I was mature enough to know hey, I really do got to go work on myself because I know this isn't who I really am, and I'm portraying myself on TV worse than I should be. So I wanted to go home.
And then you went on, after that, you went on to Bachelor in Paradise. And I think everyone that knows you kind of knows you had your engagement there, and then you moved on from there. And we were talking, and you mentioned that you've come up with what you're going to do with your Grace tattoo. So can you share with us what you've decided to do with that?
I'm not willing to just go remove it because I believe in it's a past thing. It's part of your memories, and I have to own it. I did it. But I can't really cover it up. It'd just be a big blob. So I'm going to add on the little end where the E is and the little curves, I'm going to add a cross there because grace really does mean a lot more to me in real life. And I do go to church and I believe in God. So I'm going to add a little cross there somehow in a creative way.
Cool. So you still have it there, but just kind of changing the meaning of it.
Yeah.
What products you're using to make your skin look so great?
I actually reached out to this girl in Denver, Angel. Okay. If you need my password, sorry. She doesn't work with acne a lot, so I kind of was one of her first patients to that had really bad acne, and I don't know why my face has been breaking out this last year. And so she started doing like laser genesis and all these treatments on my face, and it was working, but it was also part of my diet and my stress and everything else. So she sent me over to Vyvanse skincare, and I purchased like 3 different things, and it's been working on my skin like crazy. Like it looks really good. But I don't know. I'm all about being real, so I'm not gonna hide that stuff and be fake on social media. That's just not who I am.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Like, people want to know about it, and
Right.
they probably have issues of their own skin. That this is great that you can.
Yeah,
really,
and I think the Vyvanse skincare is actually really, if you look it up, it's Vivant skincare. It's actually really good stuff.
When it comes to what's happening, take that down. When it comes to going back to like the Bachelor and stuff, would you ever consider doing like they have their new show out there now, the Winter Games, or I think it's coming. I know people were tweeting asking earlier if I knew if you were going to be on that or if that's something you would ever want to do.
I think they already filmed it, but no, not with a boyfriend. It just doesn't make sense. You know, I want to respect him, and I know he wouldn't be super comfortable with it. I had a chance to go on the challenge earlier this year for MTV, and I said no just because it didn't work out with respect for him. And, you know, it's just uncomfortable for someone that isn't used to someone being in the spotlight and on TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think for now, the only TV I would do is like Say Yes to the Dress or something like that, or TLC or HGTV for real estate. You know what I mean?
Right. So is that kind of where your passion lies with real estate? Like, is it just selling and buying, or do you do like interior designing and that sort of thing as well?
I suck at interior designing. I suck at like design. I'm not creative in that sense. So now it's just selling and helping people get houses.
Do you stay in contact with a lot of your previous castmates from your show or this season or whatever? I know people were curious with who you are good friends with.
Yes. I talk to Jen constantly. I still talk to Lauren H. She's a realtor in Michigan. And I mean, I talk to Lauren and Amanda here and there whenever we have something to say. But yeah, because I went to Nashville with all those girls, and those are probably the ones I'm closest with. Olivia, I still reach out to Olivia all the time.
And that's who we talked to yesterday.
Yeah.
So we actually talked to Olivia about this, like the current season. Do you still watch the show? And like, I know I asked her like if she was one of the people that's making the bracket, but she said no, but she just tunes in. So what about you?
Yeah, I kind of just here and there tune in. I feel like it's gotten a lot different since my season. I still feel like Ben's season was the best season ever. I'm biased, but I don't know. It's just gotten a little different, and all the girls are really cute this season. But I haven't really. I've been busy, so I haven't been watching it. But I try and go back and watch some of it.
Do you have any like front runners or anyone that you're hoping gets that final rose, or anyone you knew that went on the show before?
I don't know. The girl that kind of caught my eye was, I think, Mikkel or something. She's really cute. I think she's really adorable. And then what's her name? I feel really bad. I just know her Instagram name, but she's here in Denver, and I've been talking to her here and there. So I'd like to link up with her because she lives here. But what's her name? I feel like really bad. I'll think of it.
The Denver one.
She went home the first night.
Oh, okay.
Her Instagram is every once in a style or something. It was really cute.
Didn't like a group of them start, like all the girls that left the first night, started like a blog or something like that?
That's smart on their end.
I wanted to know if producers controlled the show, but I think you kind of answered like they guide you through it.
They're manipulative. That's just the way it is. You know, they gotta make you feel a certain way to get you to do certain things.
Right.
But yeah, no, they're good at their job is how I like to put it.
I wanted to know if you gave advice if you would do Bumble versus Tinder.
Bumble for sure. In a heartbeat. I didn't like Tinder. Tinder kind of reminds me of like the younger version. I don't know.
Would you like to do real estate? Do you just want to do it in Denver, or if you could choose somewhere else to do real estate, would you do real estate somewhere else?
I think any realtor would be like, oh, I'd love to do it in New York City, you know? Like
be like $1 million listing?
Heck yeah, that would be so cool. But Denver's still a really, really hot market, so it's a great place to do real estate.
Okay, so wants to know if you've ever lived anywhere else besides Denver, because I know like on the show when you went on, you talked about Denver, and now you're living in Denver now.
I lived in Vegas for 2 years on and off, and it was miserable. It just wasn't my thing. And then I lived in San Francisco with Grant.
Oh, okay. So did work take you to Vegas?
Nope.
No,
well, I mean, yeah, to cocktail waitress.
I know, like, on The Bachelor, on the show, like, you guys are in these beautiful gowns and dresses.
Yeah.
And people have talked about this, but what did you, like, do to prepare for that? Because all that viewers see on the end is, like, you guys are dressed up. You look like, you know, gorgeous head to toe. And I know people borrow them or whatnot. So what did you do when you found out you were going to be on the show to prepare for it?
Okay. Before I went on there, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's hard because I remember I'm trying to remember when I went on The Bachelor. It's been so long. I don't remember. I mean, they send you these lists of everything that you should pack and this and that. And so you're trying to find all your best stuff. And I was scrambling to find something online for the perfect dress, which I still love that dress. That dress is amazing. It did rip that night, by the way.
Oh, they didn't show us that, did they?
At the table. And I don't know. It was overwhelming. It was super overwhelming. You want to look good. You know there's going to be other chicks. You got to pack all the right clothes, you know. So,
would you get married on TV, or would you prefer that to be more private?
I guess that's a hard question because I would have, yes, 100%. I think that would have been really magical and pretty with another Bachelor person. But with Russell, I still would do it. I just don't know if he would. So it would depend on if he would. But I would totally do it.
You would do it. So, like, it's not, you seem like you're just so used to it now. Like, you've been through these shows.
Yeah, no, but it's still fun to share your journey with everyone. Right. I just think sharing, I love watching other people's journeys. So I know for me, it would be really fun to share mine.
So, I guess then what is, like, next? Like, I guess maybe we'll see you on, like, Say Yes to the Dress or something, but
that would be fun. I would love to. No, I know that Russell and I are going to get married. We've talked about it, and if everything goes smooth, obviously. But, yeah, so that's what's next is we got a puppy. That's first step, right?
Yeah, I saw your picture you guys posted on Christmas.
He's so cute. He's a terror.
What kind of puppy did you get, and what's his name?
It's an American Bulldog, which a lot of people have been asking, but it looks like a pit bull. I have no idea why he looks like it, but he's a bulldog. But we named him Rocco, which is really starting to get to me because I call Russell Rocco all the time, or I'll call Rocco Russell, and I'm like, why do we have two R's?
That's so funny. That's cute.
Yeah.
So I guess then, like, do you have any other projects that you're working on, or how can people, like, they follow you on Instagram and Twitter, and I guess if they want to buy a house and they're in Denver, like, can they directly reach out to you?
No, I would love for anyone, if you know someone moving to Denver, call me. I would love to help. I'm ready to get started, and I'm just excited. But then also my blog, I'm so behind. I suck at this. They're just waiting on me to give them some content, but I had a company build my blog for me. It's really pretty. It's almost done. It should be done in the next month or less. And so I have my blog too. But I'm just slacking hardcore.
What is your blog's name, or what do you call it?
It's The Lovely Lace.
Lace.
Yeah, my mom calls me the Lovely Lace my whole life, so it just has been fitting throughout my life, and I love it, and it's pretty, and so it's just kind of a medley of life.
Did your family watch you on all of these different shows? And
my mom hated me the first week of The Bachelor. She just was like, how could you do this? And then over time, she's like, oh, that was kind of fun. You know, you did good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things, like, it happens and you just go with it. How did you deal with, like, did you get a lot of backlash and things after the show?
That first week, I didn't leave my house for a week at all. I was so scared. And people were so mean on social media, so that was really hard. That it made me not want to leave. It was hard the first couple episodes, but it was slowly, by the third episode, people were getting really cool, and people were just so intrigued by who is this chick and why is she so crazy, so they were just intrigued by that. And then once VIP went, then they kind of got a more feel for it.
Right. Did you have any, like, I mean, obviously it was a lot of filming and a lot of time, but did you have any, like, memorable moments or a favorite moment from either of the shows?
I'm not good at the on-spot questions like this. Shoot.
Oh, no, you're fine. Or just, like, something that was, like...
I just tweeted this, and it's actually one of the things I talk about all the time, is, like, I went there so fit. I was so excited for The Bachelor, and then they have these jars, like, if you've seen it, the picture, of, like, Skittles, M&Ms, Oreos, and, like, it's so hard not to because you're emotional, you're tired, you're hungry, you're this. And so I literally would stand there and make eggs and eat Oreos at the same time. I ate so many Oreos, and I went home and I think I gained a good 5 to 10 pounds.
I actually saw your tweet.
It was so bad.
Well, you see that stuff on the show, but we never really know, like, what people, you know, what's for show.
I know. I always, when I watch Bachelor, I'm like, do they eat? Like, how do they feed them? What happens? But now I know.
is going off of that, like, I was reading an article that said, like, the rose ceremonies go from, like, for hours, like, through the night. Is that kind of how it really is?
Yeah,
or is it a lot quicker?
That's one thing I want people to pay attention to. Like, on that first night, if you watched, when the girls go home, when they're crying and they're like, oh, just wasn't my turn, whatever, it's morning. If you notice the lights all light outside, because it's like 6 a.m. Oh,
so it is like for hours, I guess they're doing that.
Oh, the ceremony takes so long and your feet hurt so bad.
So it's like, how do you decompose and relax after the stress of the day? Like when you were on the show, like, did you have any, like, after a long day like that, like, how were you able to just, like,
there was
relax
days,
and refocus?
So the days that you didn't get to go on a date, you're just laying around the house doing nothing, and you're actually super bored. It is so boring. You don't know what to do with yourself, and you're hanging out with the girls, trying to figure out. You make up new stuff, but that's kind of your downtime, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's almost too boring.
That's probably what makes good TV, right? You get so bored,
Exactly.
You're like, oh.
You start to go crazy.
Well, thanks so much, Liz. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. So basically, we will check out your site. You said it's The Lovely Lace.
Yeah, it'll be posted on my Instagram as soon as it's ready. It's gonna be fun. I like my blog. It's just taking forever.
Is it gonna be like fashion focused or?
Yeah, no, it's more of a medley. You know what? Because I notice what fits me and my personality is people love how I'm real. So there's a lot of real talk on there, and that's one of my subjects on there. Is real talk. I think that's going to be my main one.
With how real you are, I know when people saw that I was interviewing some people from The Bachelor, they were asking like if any of you had advice like for them. I know you had a little bit of a different process, but I guess like if they wanted to give it a shot to find love on The Bachelor, like what you recommend that they do, or because you're just so real and honest, I feel like you'd be someone that would give them really good advice.
Yeah, and actually, that's one of the things I say is just go in there being yourself. Don't even try and pretend to be someone else. They like the real you. Just be you. That's what I tell everyone because it's like that's all you can do. Oh. And I read right through that. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Well, thank you. Yeah. I mean, and everyone can go back and watch you again, right? People are looking forward to your blog. I'm looking at the comments here, so they can't wait to read it. So got to get on that so we can all keep reading it.
Almost.
Well,
Thanks for having me, though. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lace. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Have a great day in Denver.
You too. Bye, guys.
Bye.